A UT student is behind bars after being accused of murdering his mother. Stick around to see how a family visit turned deadly.
The start of the House's public impeachment inquiry, what a senior State Department official says happened between the White House and Ukraine.
And find out how some UT students are giving refugees a new home. Good evening. For Thursday, November 14th, I'm Carly-Ann Jones.
And I'm Brenna Henthorne. Thanks for joining us.
A UT student has been accused of murdering his own mother.
During the early hours of November 6th, police responded to a disturbance at a Holiday Inn on Netches Street. When they arrived, they found 20-year-old Ayatollah Olaye lying on top of the body of his mother. Witnesses say they heard loud screams coming from the hallway around 4 a.m., followed by the sound of a body being dragged down the hall. His mom was visiting Austin to check in on her son, who had been having psychiatric issues. Since the incident, Olaye has been arrested. His bond is set at $1 million. UT students are demanding transparency on sexual misconduct from the university 2 weeks after they protested in front of the provost's office. These student organizers requested that the university publish the names of the professors accused of sexual misconduct and terminate the faculty members who are found guilty. UT's Title IX coordinator says this is not possible.
Don't allow for us to do that unless an open records request is submitted. So the external review is actually going to look at that, look into our policy.
According to President Fenves, the university is hiring 3 investigators in the Office for Inclusion and Equality to look into sexual misconduct cases on campus. This is in line with the Senate bill that just passed that requires universities to report incidents of misconduct.
Local groups are scrambling to help people that are experiencing homelessness after Governor Greg Abbott ordered the Texas Department of Transportation to clean up public areas where people are camping. Walton Gray speaks with local officials to find out more.
Last June, Austin City Council voted to allow people experiencing homelessness to camp in public areas, a move made in an attempt to help people who needed it most.
So what did we do in June? What we said in June is we're going to stop wasting taxpayer dollars by spending millions of dollars moving people around the city who are experiencing homelessness without actually dealing with the challenge. What that meant was homelessness became more visible. But the way that you fix this, the way that you don't have people experiencing homelessness sleeping downtown, is you get people into homes.
Governor Abbott took to Twitter attacking Austin for what he believes is poor leadership and highlighting the problems caused by homelessness. In one video, the governor shows a large container of used syringes, saying that this is evidence of the dangers surrounding homelessness. However, the most notable post by the governor is of a man throwing signs at cars in Austin. The governor used this video to attack the city for its failure to resolve the issue, even though, as reported by the Texas Monthly, the man seen has a home and a job. For people who normally called the streets home, they are now being forced to relocate. The state of Texas has allocated nearly 5 acres of land for people to temporarily camp, but this does little to help solve the problem, as the Austin American-Statesman reports very few are using it.
When the laws were repealed and camping was very temporarily allowed, I had somebody say to me, this was the first time he could remember feeling like the community cared about him and that him and his friends were ready to come out of the woods and say that they wanted to live and didn't want to die in the woods.
City, state, and local groups, such as the other ones, are meeting to figure out the best way to protect public safety and help those experiencing homelessness. Walton Gray, reporting Texas TV.
Austin City Council voted today to purchase Roadway Inn for $8 million. The motel is near I-35 in Oltorth and will be used for housing 80 homeless individuals. The vote comes after council ended the plan to create homeless shelters on Ben White Boulevard earlier this week. The council said the shelter would require extensive renovation and that it would not be ready as quickly as the inn. The impeachment hearing went public Wednesday. Bill Taylor, the acting U.S. ambassador for Ukraine, testified that Ukraine would not receive $4 million in aid until the announcement and investigation on Joe Biden, a Democratic candidate. President Donald Trump is accused of asking foreign organizations to help in winning the U.S. election and holding monetary aid until the demand was met. The next public hearing will be tomorrow.
The Supreme Court appeared ready to side with the Trump administration to shut down the Dreamers program, also known as DACA, this past Tuesday. The decision would affect the 700,000 undocumented immigrants that benefit. The court's liberal justices are seeking justification for ending DACA and cite that the legal explanation given failed to do so. The fate of DACA is being put on pause till 2020. The lead singer of a Selena tribute band, Anything for Salinas, was detained earlier this month after her tour to Texas. The DACA recipient, Carol Posadas, was taken into Border Patrol custody after a routine immigration inspection. According to immigration attorney Norma Sepulveda, after being detained, the DACA recipients are free to go, but not for Posadas, because she was in the process of renewing her DACA status.
They do not have a valid work authorization and there's a pending renewal, then they effectively do not have DACA status at that time.
Released from custody and is back in California. She will be under supervision and is continuing to check with ICE officials.
Riverside in East Austin is a popular place for UT students to live. In fact, over 13,000 people call it home, but the area is notorious for flooding. The National Weather Service recently published a study saying that the flooding projection has doubled in the last 2 years. Reporting Texas, Brooke Schoberg reports on the impact it has on UT students.
During inclement weather, East Riverside in Austin is prone to flooding, which can endanger the many UT students living there as they make their way to class.
I'm from Houston, so I've experienced like flooding from like Hurricane Ike and Hurricane Harvey and stuff like that. It's not as bad as it is in Houston, but it is still kind of pretty bad for where I'm staying, and like as students, we have to travel through that to get to school.
Princess Owatod says UT has never canceled class due to flooding in the Riverside area.
I couldn't go to school because of it, and then school wasn't canceled even though there was a lot of flooding.
Due to the flooding, Owatod has not only missed classes, she has also lost a few of her valuable items.
I had my backpack and like I was ready to go, and then like it was pouring rain. It was like water was like to my ankle, and like my computer got ruined, my iPad got ruined, my books and stuff got ruined on the way to the bus, and then my shoes got ruined, so I couldn't go to class.
Owatod says UT should consider the safety of students living in flood-prone apartments in the Riverside area.
While the University of Texas has taken action for students living on campus, it is yet to respond to any off-campus flooding. If you'd like to know more, check reportingtexastv.com and click on Reporting Texas TV. Less than a year after starting this organization is making big impact for refugee families in need.
Dell is going to compete with Amazon. The new service it will offer, next.
Got a quarter?
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
Whoa!
Gear up, guys.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him.
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional
sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
A series of explosions shook San Marcos early this morning. At 6 a.m., a food truck near Texas State University exploded. The blast caused another explosion and damaged at least 7 buildings in the city, including shattering windows from a coffee shop. No one was injured, and firefighters are investigating the cause. Dell Technologies is preparing to go head-to-head against Amazon and Microsoft with its own subscription service. Dell's business clients will be able to purchase products on demand through the subscription service. Dell's overall sales dropped 12% last year, and CEO Michael Dell are announcing series of goals that extend until 2030.
When we formed Dell Technologies, we believe that bringing together the leader in servers and storage and virtualization and data protection would be great for customers. And we created the Essential Infrastructure Company.
Dell also hopes women will make up 50% of the company's workforce in 2030.
A new app has arrived on the 40 acres, and its purpose is to get people out with friends. The 20 app is like Find My Friends, but it allows you to create a hangout where selected users will receive a notification to come to your location. Over the past 20 years, time spent with friends outside of school has decreased by about a third, according to a study by The Atlantic. The app hopes to give an easier way for students to have a social life and balancing school. After being on UT's campus for only 1 year, Doctors Without Borders won the Best New Organization at the 2019 Swing Out Awards. Zach Leff reports on how this organization is helping refugees in Austin.
Doctors Without Borders is a nonprofit organization that strives to aid people in need of health care and raise awareness to global issues. In the fall of 2018, UT students started an organization of their own to complement the efforts of their international counterpart.
Our chapter supports that organization by accomplishing their mission in Austin, so like supporting refugees here, having cultural events, and then also spreading the news of Doctors Without Borders.
The organization also regularly helps out Casa Miranella, a halfway house in Central Texas that immigrants live in before getting on their feet. Doctors Without Borders welcomes all students on campus to join, but McConty says it's not just an organization for medical students, but an organization for all. Zach Leff, reporting Texas TV.
This past Saturday, the university announced the name of the new basketball arena. The stadium will be called the Moody Center and is set to be complete in 2022. The inspiration for the name comes from the Moody Foundation, who contributed a grant of $130 million toward the facility. This is the largest donation to Texas athletics in UT history.
Texas Athletic Director Chris Delaconte is set to receive a contract extension worth $18 million through 2027. Delaconte is set to receive just over $2 million this year and will increase by $50,000 each fiscal year after that. Since his arrival at UT, Delaconte has helped oversee new contracts for basketball stadiums and the UT football stadium South End Zone renovation. UT System Board of Regents approved undergraduate tuition increase for all undergraduate students. The increase is 2.6% the next two years. That means resident undergraduate tuition, which currently averages $5,440 per semester, will go up $143 the first year and $3 additional the following year.
A student organization on campus is promoting students to make their voices heard.
The Texas African Student Organization, also called ASO, is creating a safe place for students to voice their opinion on trending topics. Kamari Escaria is live in the newsroom with details.
Yes, Carly, Texas ASO will host its next UT Talks this evening. The event seeks to create an open dialogue among students to express their thoughts and opinions about hot topics and community issues. The first UT Talk session of the semester focused on the rising controversy between Black students attending historically Black colleges and universities versus predominantly white institutions. This week's UT Talks focuses on whether or not billionaires deserve rights.
Basically, it's one of the themes of our meetings that we host. We do that a couple of times a semester, and it kind of gives students the space to express themselves with people they're comfortable with people that look like them, so it's easier to have that conversation.
The event will take place in the University Teaching Center at 6 p.m. in room 4.110. And if you're looking for a little extra motivation to come out, food will be provided.
Texas men's basketball is back, and there's a lot on the line. Find out why this may be a critical season for the Longhorns.
Walking around campus, you can see umbrellas and coats, but the cold and rain is on the way out. Zach will be here with the forecast after the break.
Todd's a great guy. I mean,
It's Regents.
look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Si los amas como para reaprender ecuaciones, para poder enseñárselas, entonces los amas como para visitar NHTSA.gov/protegidos y comprobar que van correctamente abrochados en el asiento trasero del auto.
I don't know about you guys, but it's been freezing to me outside this past couple of days.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, I've had the same jacket on all week.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten colder, and I'm sure everyone was taking out their jackets out of their closet this week. As you can see, the skies are gray, and the rain has continued to pour down on Monday. On Monday, we started at a high of 73, but we finished at a low of 32 by Wednesday night. Well, the cold and cloudy conditions will continue until the weekend, where the temperatures rise closer to highs of 60 with clear and sunny skies. Hitting a high of near 47 today didn't stop the rainy skies, as the showers will continue to pour until later this afternoon. If you plan on going out later tonight, make sure to grab a jacket before you leave your place, as the temperatures will hit a low of 35. However, the winds, which hit a high of 10 miles per hour today, will drop down closer to 5 miles per hour. Friday's skies will be clear and sunny, as the temperatures during the day will hit a high of 60. Saturday will bring similar conditions, as the skies will stay clear of rain from earlier in the week and see temperatures get up to 63 degrees. Sunday, we will see a slight change with a 20% chance of rain occurring during the day. However, to start your week, the skies will look sunny and clear as the temperatures rise back to highs of 70 and 75 degrees by Monday and Tuesday, respectively.
That sounds great.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you. The Longhorns football had another big win this week. Stick around to see what this may mean for the team.
It's not just you. The Bats are staying in town longer. Why they're getting more comfortable after the break.
It's me, Harvey. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Shaka Smart's Longhorns began their season last week with 3 wins. But what was more special than their wins is the return of one of the team's star players, Andrew Jones. Jones played in his first full game since beating leukemia and did his part to beat Northern Colorado with a team high of 20 points. Nick Kuholtz was at the game and explores how important this season is for head coach Shaka Smart.
The Texas Longhorns men's basketball team won their season opener against Northern Colorado. The Burnt Orange went up early and wouldn't look back, crushing the Bears 69-45. But despite the 24-point victory, the team knows they have plenty of areas where they can improve on.
We had way too many turnovers, 15. That's not our standard. So there's a lot of room of improvement. You know, if we can limit the turnovers and have more assists and actually hit our shots, I mean, it's just early in the season, so we got a lot of improvement to do.
Last year, the Longhorns won just 16 games in the regular season and failed to make the NCAA tournament for the second time in 3 years.
You know, it's really all about how you respond. And, you know, so that's a word we use a lot in our program. And, you know, we say response is your ability to focus on the next most important thing.
Shaka Smart was just 71-66 in his first 4 seasons here at Texas, and the patience of the UT fan base is running low. If this season brings the same losing results, then some fans are ready for a new head coach to be in this seat.
I think Shaka's definitely underperformed so far while he's been at UT. He definitely needs to perform well this year, and if he doesn't, I think that UT should definitely make a move to hire a better coach.
The Horns are off to an undefeated start to the season, but have a long way to go to meet their fans and their own expectations. Nick Kuholtz, reporting Texas TV.
The Horns are back in action tomorrow night at the Irwin Center. Now moving from the court out to the football field, the Longhorns took on Kansas State this weekend. Kansas started the game with a pass from Skylar Thompson to Malik Knowles for a touchdown, followed by a pass to Joaquin Gill in the end zone to put the Wildcats up 14-0 very early. Sam Ellinger throws it to Colin Johnson in the end zone to put the Horns back in the game, and then a run by Keontae Ingram tied the game at 14. In the fourth quarter, Ellinger hands it off to Ingram again, who rushes for his second touchdown of the day. On the return, Wildcat Joshua Youngblood charges down 98 yards for a touchdown. And with 3 seconds left, Cameron Dicker steps on the field and kicks a winning field goal for the Longhorns, with a final score of 27-24. Some games to look forward to this week are women's basketball against UTSA tonight at 7 p.m. at the Irwin Center. Women's soccer in the first round of the NCAA tournament Friday night against Texas A&M. Men's basketball Friday at 7 p.m. against Prairie View A&M. Texas football faces Iowa State in Ames on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. And number 1 ranked volleyball takes on TCU Saturday night.
Rapper Drake got an unexpected welcome during a recent performance that left his fans on Twitter in an uproar.
Disney is entering the streaming wars. Coming up, how you can see your favorite Disney content.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid. A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close. I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us. But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words. These are not my words. These are not my words.
Si los amas como para reaprender ecuaciones, para poder enseñárselas, entonces los amas como para visitar nhtsa.gov/protegidos y comprobar que van correctamente abrochados en el asiento trasero del auto.
Bat season is getting longer in Austin, with experts saying it has to do with the weather. The Austin American-Statesman has reported that in the last 3,000 to 5,000 bats have been extending their stay in Austin due to the average weather rising. That bats are also sticking around and having babies, that's staying instead of migrating. Disney Plus is joining the streaming market, and fans of the network are so excited they caused the site to crash due to a record-breaking 10 million signups in the first day. The new streaming service will offer shows and movies from as far back as 1937 to now, and will also feature exclusive content customers can purchase online for $6.99 per month or $69 a year. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Good night.